Look, Texas 2K got road racing. We have an event, myself and Dunkmaster. It's called the Big Showdown. YouTubers call out or influencers race. We also have road racing at that event. I'm telling you, I went to Texas 2K 2 years ago because it was going to be the last year they was going to do it. Last year that they was going to do it, man, I was not impressed. I was really, really disappointed. I feel like they should have flipped Texas 2K around. I feel like they should have had all the racing first with all the racers, because race cars are pretty much set up to where they're not gonna break. And then they should have did the road racing last, but it was in reverse. And the road racing, those cars are pushed to the limit to try to go as fast as they can go, that they were braking and they were hitting the wall. I was down by the wall, you know, by the end of the quarter mile, and some of them dudes was smacking the wall 200 miles an hour, man. Boom, man, one dude hit the wall so hard, he moved the whole cement block out of the way. They had to get a tractor to come pick the thing up and put the barrier back on the wall. And it was just wreck after wreck after wreck.
Wow.
And it was crazy to me.
What's up, guys? It's Go Hard Podcast. We're all the way in DFW again. We came out for Demonology, man. Make sure you check out the full podcast on YouTube.
What's up, guys? I am Demonology, guys. If y'all enjoy this video, y'all swipe up, like, comment, share, and who y'all want in the next video?
Man, that ain't Demonology. Hey, y'all, that's my son. Don't worry about it. I've been down in Houston. You know, I make babies all over the place. Hey, we're going to talk about racing and going fast for real. You hear me?
Welcome back to Go Hard Podcast. I'm your host, Noel.
I'm your co-host, Ociel Team Billet.
Oh, man, we got another banger for y'all, man. We came all the way to Fort Worth for y'all. You've seen him on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You know, he's pushing the demons hard. He's been pushing the demons since they came out. Is that right?
That's right.
You got the new Demon 7 coming soon. Man, let's give it up for Demonology.
Let's give it up, brother.
What's up, man? Hey, man, I'm here. I decided to go hard, so you know you had to get go hard. We in the den of Bailey's high performance, where they make Mopars fast.
Shout out to Bailey's. We're outside. We're inside again at Bailey's Performance Shop.
We inside, but we outside, buddy.
Awesome facility here. They got the Demons. They got the 170 right here to the right of us. They got pretty much everything. They got Trackhawks, TRXs here.
All the gyms are here, man.
Literally.
All the gyms. We are literally the Thanos, man. With all the
Black Ghosts.
All the gyms. All
the
of
gyms.
them. All of them.
Yeah,
Hey.
all of them.
Yeah.
We just need the glove, man. You know what I mean?
Guys, Ociel, he's suited and booted right now on the pod.
I'm Demonology's son. So we all agree.
He got the race equipped on.
Ain't gonna lie, it's getting a little comfortable though too.
Fire resistance, right?
Hey, man, that's fire resistance,
I need
man.
some
that's,
ice to pull it off here.
Hey, man, that's race quip. So many people want to race, but they don't want to put safety into perspective. And I was one of those. I always spent money on my car, and the last thing I would spend money on was some type of safety. But now that I'm older, I have a family, and now that I've been racing more and more, I realize that the first thing you have to do is safety first.
He pretty much let me like borrow it so I can stretch it out. So, you know, when I'm gonna give it to him, be like, oh man, it feels a little snug. I told him, if you smell like a little poo-poo in there, you know what I mean? That ain't me, so somebody else, you know what I mean? Somebody shit on the suit. Right?
Hey, so look him up on YouTube, Demonology. He's been going hard since 2018 on his Demon. Killing it. A lot of R&D. Is that correct?
Yeah.
He's just been killing the game with the Demons, making them go faster and faster and faster. You know, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. You know what I mean? Tell us a little bit about your background, about your roots, and the high-performance scene.
My background, you know, I grew up around here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. My first car I bought, I was in 10th grade. It was a 70 Dodge Challenger, 1970 Dodge Challenger with a 383. And
a little light.
Yeah, I was able to save up for that and bought that car. I think I was like $800. You know, my old man was pretty cool. But, well, actually, my oldest brother screwed everything up for everybody because my parents bought him a car and he just tore it up, right? You know, but he was kind of wacko. So, but they said, we're not just giving anybody a car. You're going to have to earn it. So they told me whatever I could make, they would match it. And I worked all summer long, didn't go hang out with my friends or anything like that. You got to realize, man, back in 1980, $400 was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Especially to me. So I was able to save up $400 in 1980. And I put out all my pennies and all my coins on the table. And my mom is like, fool, we're not finna buy you no car. We're not finna give you $400. My pops at the time, he said, hey, we got to keep our word. We're going to match it. They matched it, and I went out and got a $70 Challenger with a 383. It was a B5 blue with a white vinyl top.
Damn, $800.
So the B5 Blue's been around since...
B5 Blue has been around a long time, guys. Yeah. And I took that car to the Yellow Belly drag strip, which was our local drag strip, and was
It's been
racing
around
it.
that long?
Man, the Yellow Belly been around. Man, my folks used to race at the Yellow Belly.
Damn.
Yeah, the gut has been around a long time. So I took that car down to the gut and broke the timing chain on it. And back then, we would put a real chain on the car and tow it back home, So my partner towed me back home, and my old man, he was out in the front working on, his car. He was always working on cars. I was that kind of kid. He said, hey, give me this, give me that. I would get it. As soon as he wasn't looking, I'd run off, to go play football or whatever with my friends. And so when I brought the car back, I said, hey, what we going to do about the car? It's all messed up. And he said, well, life lesson. And you didn't want to hear him say that. And so he started wiping his hand. He said, looks like you're going to be taking auto mechanics. So I had to, when I got in high school, I had to take auto mechanics. And my shop teacher, Mr. Elton, got me into racing. He used to race with Andy Granatelli. As a guy that invented they used to race the rotary engine, and they kicked him out of a race. But that guy let my Challenger become my project car, and I would turn wrenches, tire it up, take it back to the shop, fix it, take it back to the Yellow Belly, tire it up, bring it back to the shop. So that's what got me started. That was in 1980.
Wow. He's not telling us our age, guys, but that's that's the roots.
Hey man, look. Hey,
Like,
look.
don't crack, man. That's
Hey,
for
look.
real.
Hey, look, man. When I say I got a lot of kids, Boosty Luckey is one of my sons. He just he just don't want to admit it, But I've been around a while, So that's one of my kids too.
Gotta ask you, what do you think about the podcast? What do you think about the shorts?
Hey man, I love y'all podcast. I love what y'all doing. I love the shorts, and I love the hype that y'all are bringing and the interest that y'all are putting back onto racing. Now y'all hang out with these road racing guys, bang, 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 and
Tag him.
Hey,
hold on that Motec.
Hey, that's my son Boosted, and and then y'all had a Row on there. What's his name? Rue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey man, that's probably one of my boys too. I mean, he act too soulful. I used to spend a lot of time down in Louisiana. Hey, you'll know he one of my sons. Just check him out next time you go to the restroom. And you'll know. But, anyway, man, that dude, man, they racing in the streets and stuff. That's a whole nother thing. But
Little 50-roll, that's what
50-roll. Come on, man. I mean, when in the history of racing do you start off already run? That's something you do with your little brother.
Yeah.
You want to race? Okay, let me give you a running head start, and then we go race.
But
Come on, man.
But I gotta ask you,
50-roll.
Texas 2K got road racing.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
look, Texas 2K got road racing. We have an event, myself and Dunkmaster. It's called a Big Showdown. YouTubers call out or influencers race. We also have road racing at that event. I'm telling you, I went to Texas 2K 2 years ago because it was going to be the last year they was going to do it. Last year that they was going to do it, man, I was not impressed. I was really, really disappointed. I feel like they should have flipped Texas 2K around. I feel like they should have had all the racing first with all the racers, because race cars are pretty much set up to where they're not going to break.
Yeah.
And then they should have did the road racing last, but it was in reverse. And the road racing, those cars are pushed to the limit to try to go as fast as they can go, that they were braking and they were hitting the wall. I was down by the wall, by the end of the quarter mile, and some of them dudes was smacking the wall 200 miles an hour, man. And
Wow.
boom, man, one dude hit the wall so hard, he moved the whole cement block out of the way. They had to get a tractor to come pick the thing up and put the barrier back on the wall. And it was just wreck after wreck after wreck.
Wow.
And it was crazy to me, you know. And then I guess the disappointing thing for me, because I go to the drag strip and I race. I'm like at the drag strip every weekend. And that's one thing about Texas races. We got so many drag strips that we put in a lot of work on the tree. Man, I went to go in the beams and we went in the staging lane, I want to say 2 o'clock. Can you believe I sat in the staging lane from 2 o'clock till 9:45 at night before I made a pass? And big shout out to the crew at Texas 2K. I don't know how they was pulling it off, but it was so many wrecks, so many cars were breaking. They was having to wipe up everything. The guy right before me blew his diff. And them cats was so tired. Hey man, did you pass gas in my suit?
No,
Come on, God, dog, man. Don't worry. I'm gonna climb. Don't worry, man. I'm gonna send it to the cleaners. This man done passed gas in the suit.
No, I ripped on it.
No, man, I'm smelling it. Come on, man.
Hey,
What's
look,
that?
he's gonna keep it inside.
Come on,
though.
what's that?
He's good.
Menudo, man. Come on, man. God dang. God dang.
Dude.
Oh man, my bad, bro.
It's the tacos that you know.
I ate those tacos right now.
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, man. Chris Bailey always feed me when I come up here. I mean, you know, that's how he keep me here. You know, he keep feeding me. But
Shout out to Chris for the tacos, but you know.
Yeah, but anyway, man, so I got there to race. The guy blew his diff. Them guys were so tired, they just tried to wipe it up with a mop. They didn't do the proper, you know, stuff that tracks do.
The prep.
And and you know you're gonna blow. So I blew my tires, went down, put the car on the trailer. The next day it rained. I was done. I was done. I put my car on the trailer, man. I came back home to the house. But don't get me wrong, there was a lot of cars there. It was a lot of fun if you like the exotic cars. But it was a big, it was a big exotic car show that I felt like should have been at the end. Yeah. Because, you know, road racing, come on, man. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Do you think that's real racing, honestly? Like, or you think just
Nah, man, I really don't. Because, you know, I have road raced several times. You know, like I said, we have the event called the Big Showdown. Yeah. Dan know what the Big Showdown is. This is our 5th year doing it. His car is down in Houston. It's not far for him to come up to Houston, and it's set up for influencers. I have beat every influencer that I've raced in a road race.
Boom.
Bam.
Who?
Slugs.
It's just the 6. Bam.
Bam. Keep going.
Drug him.
Bam.
You know, I hate to say my son Mod2fame, you know, but I drug Mod2fame.
He's with the
he's
stick,
with the
twin turbo.
Yeah, man, he's with the twin turbo
Bam.
car. Drag times.
Bam.
You know, I drug drag times in a 720 McLaren. Man, I mean, it's a lot of them. No, what's your boy name? What
do you got?
My white son. He up there he's up in Pennsylvania, and he used to have a Hellcat. He used to be the main dude in Hellcat up there. Up there.
Is he a big guy?
No, man, he's a little old fellow. He's a little fellow.
Nah, it's not clicking right now.
No, it's not clicking. But him too.
Yeah, him too. I drug him too.
Damn.
I drug him too. I drug my partner Audio Cat with a Viper.
Ooh.
You know? So I mean, I've raced a lot of road racing cars. I don't know. I don't see what the big deal is.
And this one right here.
Man, that's
stock, man. That's stock.
Behind us right here.
You just put tires in there.
Hey, man, it's just all stock. It just got a little something in it. It just got a little something in it.
Nothing crazy.
Maybe a cold air intake in there.
Some slight.
Yeah.
Man, I think we got a little bit off track, but what came after the Challenger?
After the Challenger, what car did I get next?
Yep.
Okay, so after the Challenger, I went on to college to to play football and whatnot, and then I wound up on the police department at a young age. I think I was 19 when I went into police academy. I had to be 20 before my first year probation was up. So while I was in the police department in Fort Worth, I bought a turbo car, which was a 20th anniversary turbo Trans Am. And it had pretty much the same engine as the Buick Grand National.
Okay.
You know, they had some some little things changed on it, but I won so much money with that car. Now,
Virgin or what?
Hey man, we work these part-time jobs, and these officers, they was some guy that he'll have an IROC, and he's like, oh man, I got this 5.7 IROC, and this guy he'll have a Mustang.
Yeah.
And the Mustangs was fast. IROCs and Mustangs were fast back then.
King of the
Dodge
streets.
was nowhere on the scene.
Yep.
At that time, right?
He's not lying.
And so I said, well, I just got a little V6 right here. And they popped the hood, big Garrett turbo sitting in their face. Nobody knew what a Garrett turbo was. They're counting the spark plugs. Boy, I took so much part-time job money. Dude, people, I just say, hand it over, bro.
Yeah.
Hand it over, bro. Yeah.
What year was that?
Oh, dude, that was probably 90. That's probably 90, 91, 92. Yeah. And we were police officers, and we would get on the radio. We call our partners at work and say, "Hey, keep a lookout. We're gonna be over here on this back street. Whoop, whoop, whoop."
Yeah.
And then they say, "Who won? Who won? Who won?" I got the money. So that's what we used to do.
Sound like
He's not a cop anymore, so I mean.
No, I'm not.
it sounds like he's an OG in the game. Do you consider yourself an influencer?
I consider myself a social media influencer when it comes to racing Dodge product. I quit racing for a while, obviously. After the longer I was on the police department, I saw the bad part of racing as far as the streets were concerned. Most of my racing I've done at the drag strip. Every now and then, me and my partners, like I said, we would get together, talk noise, get on the back street, whip, do something real quick. In our neighborhood, we had a back street over by where the warehouses were at, and the guys, they would go run their cars down there. But once you work a crime scene or a accident of a car that got into a wreck, particularly anything that's moving over 100 miles an hour, dude, sometimes you can't even identify the body in it. It's like meat ground up in a meat grinder,
Obliterated.
Yeah, dude, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
And then I know a lot of people are like, well, you had fun when you was growing up. Man, we all did that. And now that you're older, you see how foolish it is. And you got to think about not only the person you just ran into and injured, but what about the family of the guy that was driving the car? Everybody always say, oh, F him, he was an asshole, he got what he deserved.
Yeah.
But what about his family? Yeah. His family, when they show up on the scene, they crying for their kid, So I say, man, keep your road racing at the drag strip, keep your drag racing at the drag strip, and do it all in a secured location. For one other big reason is that if you get into an accident, it's going to take emergency services probably 15 minutes to get to you. That call has to go to a dispatch. Dispatch has to get that call out. And then those units like FD and the ambulance, they have to get up, get in their vehicles, and get out there where you're at. So you're out there in 15 minutes. If you're at the drag strip and you get into a wreck, and we're so blessed here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex with drag strip like XRP, the Texas Motorplex.
Yep.
They have a crew right there on the scene. They will be to you
on
within
site.
minutes or seconds.
Yep.
And that time is precious when you're bleeding out. So.
Yeah. Like this suit, he can last, 10 seconds, right?
Hey, man, he can last
suit.
within 10 seconds, but that suit is just part of it.
Yeah.
You got to have that suit. I have a fire suppressant system off in my car. You got to have your helmet. One thing that we're notorious of doing, and this is one of my bad habits, is leaving my visor up while I'm racing. Because it's hot in Texas.
Yeah.
And, but you got to put that visor down because if fire comes, and then I run a fire suppressant system that's called Lifeline. And what it does is it puts out a mist and it sucks the oxygen out of the air. It's something that they use over in Europe. Like I said, it's a fire suppressant system, but it's in the passenger seat with me, so it puts out a big, big mist. It's in the engine compartment for my engine, and it's back in the trunk to where my fire section is at. So big shout out to my sponsors, Lifeline. Man, y'all got to get that system. Go to Summit, check it out. Have somebody install it in your car. And it also has a little fire bulb in it. Like if you get knocked out and it gets to a certain heat or temperature, it'll put the system on automatically.
The real question is, how much weight does it add to your car?
It really doesn't add that much weight. When you're looking at the whole system itself, it's probably about 22 to 23 pounds.
Okay.
And I would take 22 to 23 pounds for my life.
Yeah.
You know.
That's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward 2018 when you got the demon. You started creating content. Your first post was actually like a demon, like a. Did you know that? I mean, obviously you knew that, right? In 2018, you posted like a demon, like that right there.
Yeah, my first post was of the demon crate.
Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, so this is what happened. When I was a kid and I was in auto mechanics working on the 70 Challenger 383, I promised my 16-year-old self that if I ever got into the position, I wanted to purchase the fastest car that Dodge made. Because at the time, that car had a 383 engine in it, and my shop teacher, Mr. Elton, would always say, "Oh, the 426 Hemi, or the 440, yada yada yada." And I was like, "Oh man, I got this 380," you know. So I made myself that promise. When I retired from the police department, guess what came out? The Dodge Demon.
Yeah.
And so when the Dodge Demon came out, I told my wife, I said, "Look, first the Hellcat came out."
Yeah.
And when the Hellcat came out, it was like a frenzy, dude. People were taking for the highest bidder and blah, blah, blah. And I went and tried to buy a Hellcat. I went to this dealership that my cousin worked at, and his sales manager was like, "Nah, we're going to sell it to the highest bidder." They was doing a raffling thing, which I was like, man, that's a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
So one of my buddies that I went to high school with, he worked at a Dodge dealership, and he said, "Man, why don't you just get a 392? You know, it's going to be the best of both worlds." So I bought a 392. And believe it or not, the 392 was really fast.
The Scatty?
The Scat, man, that 392. Look, if you put your foot in it,
The
it's going
boat.
to turn the tires over.
Yeah.
It's going to spin the tires. And I learned real fast at that time that Dodge would build you a fast car, but other companies, you had to buy a fast car and add work to it, because the 392 was fast. Then I found a Hellcat. I probably kept the 392 for maybe 2 months. And, I was running a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school, Gracie Baja. Is where I'm the head instructor at. Big shout out to Gracie Baja. Find you a Gracie Baja Jiu-Jitsu school somewhere near you. It's over 800 locations worldwide.
Boom.
So I was teaching Jiu-Jitsu. My program director looked up and said, "Hey, I found a Hellcat that's up in Illinois." So I called the guy in Illinois. He said, "Hey, man, a guy just bought this Hellcat from us. He turned it back in because he heard of a new car coming out called a Trackhawk. He wanted to wait for the Trackhawk." So I said, "How much y'all want to sell me the Hellcat for?" He says, "You have a 392? I said, "Yeah." He said, "How many miles you got on it?" "Oh," I said, "It has maybe 4,000 miles on it." He said, "We'll make an even swap. Just send it to me, take that, and then we'll pay the difference." So he took my 392, paid my 392 off, and then I bought the Hellcat. So I was driving with the Hellcat. I took the Hellcat, and I started racing the Hellcat. I didn't make any content when I was racing the Hellcat because I was looking at other people that was making content. Man, what's that dude's name? So one guy I was following name is a Mission Flyer. And so he was doing a Hellcat content. God darn it, man, what's that little fella's name?
I have no idea.
Well, is he a youngster?
Man, the dude is in Pennsylvania. I know everybody is on here going crazy, blah, 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 but I retired him from racing. So so you have to look at my it don't matter. So you have to look at my past.
Yeah.
You have to look at my past videos. In a minute, if we take a break, I'll pull it up.
I got you.
And I'll tell you his name. But anyway, so he was doing content. Mission Flower was doing content. And then all of a sudden, Mission Flower's content went away because we had the war popped off. And this cat was in the military, so he went off to go fight in the war. So I couldn't see any more of his content. Sold the Hellcat and got the Demon. Traded the I sold the Hellcat, and then I bought the Demon. I lucked up on the Demon. I knew the Demon was coming. I went to my local dealership. Big shout out to Metter Dodge. They said, "No, we're going to go by the rules. We're going to put you on this list." I was number 7 on the list.
For the Demon?
For the Demon.
What did it cost?
My Demon came out to $89,000. I still have the window sticker.
Damn. You know, demons right now are going for 200 plus.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
The market on the demons are crazy. I promise you.
Dude, my demon was $89,000, and I bought it at Meta Dodge, and I got it just by luck, pure luck. So I was at my cousin's dealership again, dealing with him. Man, I'm gonna tell the name of the dealership, Freeman Dodge. So I was at Freeman Dodge up there dealing with my cousin. He comes in and he says, "Hey, get in here. We got the first allocation. Nobody's put, so I'm putting my name on it." His manager comes in, pulls him to the side, talks to him, comes back in and says, "We're gonna sell you this demon, and we have to sell it to you as sticker, but we're gonna sell you a window tinting package for $10,000.
Damn.
That's what I said. And my cousin was like behind him, like, and I'm like, what? So
10,
I said, yeah, a window tinting package for $10,000. So the guy was like, yeah, we got to sell a car as sticker, but we selling you the window tinting package for $10,000. Yeah, so I said, hold on a second, man. Let me talk to my kinfolk and I'll get with you. So the dude walks off. My phone rings. I answered. I thought somebody was playing tricks on me. It's a dude. He gets on the phone. He said, "Hey, this is Kevin from Meta Dodge. Said you was number 6 on the list. The number 5 guy backed out.
Damn."
He said, "So that puts you number 5. Do you want the allocation for the Dodge Demon?" And I said, "Man, is this somebody playing a joke?" He said, "No." He said, "It's all real." I said, "What's the markup on it?" He said, "Ain't no markup. We can't do markup."
Tell him the tent.
So
how much the tent?
I said, "I'm on my way." So I got up, I left. While I was gone, my cousin called me and said, "Man, I feel bad about that, man. Come back. Maybe the manager can bring it down." I said, "Tell him I'll be right back." Hung up the phone, and I bought the Demon from Meta Dodge. They didn't give a markup on it. So when I got the Demon, it finally came in. I was so excited.
Yeah.
No video content on the Demon.
Were you the first one to make video content?
I was probably one of the first. So let's put it this way. People were getting them, but they wasn't racing them. Yeah. They was getting them and they was putting them up.
Storing. I know a guy. He had a Demon in Kansas, and he stored it, and it's still stored in a container. Yeah. And his thing is, I'm going to keep my Demon for 20 years, and we're going to see what the price is. Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Hey, man, how could I forget my son's name? Street Speed 717. That's my only white son. Street Speed 717. Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah,
shout out to them.
Yeah, big shout out to Street Speed 717. So anyway, man, here we go. No content. I'm upset. Can't see any content of any demons racing. And I was frustrated. And my guy, my jiu-jitsu school, my program director, I always tease him and call him program director. But he was like, well, why don't you do what you always say? I say, what is that? If you want it done, do it yourself. So I said, man, I don't know how to make videos. And he said, well, I can edit the videos if you go make the content. So I said, okay.
Boom.
I got in the car, did on Demon Crate, did driving. Next thing I know, the rest was history.
Damn. Any, like, what video popped you off? Like, that took you, maybe certain video that maybe had the most views, maybe, you know what I mean?
The video that I did that had the most views was I took my Hellcat and my Demon to the dyno. I actually had both of them. And I took them both to the dyno at one of my friends in my neighborhood. Big shout out to Gearheads Performance. Travis Franklin had a shop, Gearheads Performance. I took my Demon, I took my Hellcat, and they dynoed both of the cars to see what the difference was between them both.
What was the difference?
Oh, man, it was tremendous. I want to say it was like 120 or so horsepower.
Wow.
And that was, without changing the Demon PCM. Eventually, we put the PCM on, and we did all the stuff with it. We put race fuel in it, and we made the Demon even faster. But it was just amazing to me that the difference between a Hellcat and a Demon on the dyno. That was my biggest video at the time. It got like over 1 million views.
Wow.
But we made $0 from that video.
You weren't monetizing yet.
No, we were monetized.
Oh.
But your boy, Logan Paul, had done something stupid over in Japan where somebody was hung in a tree or something.
Oh, shit.
And he videoed it, and YouTube stopped monetizing everybody.
What?
For a short time. Man, it was wild. They even had a lady that went to, I guess, the Google's headquarters and went in there and tried to shoot somebody or stab somebody because she had made all this content. She was planning to make money on it. And because of that, let's put it this way, they stopped paying all influencers until they figured out, what they needed to do to correct that.
So,
Wow.
dang, that's
I
crazy.
didn't know that.
Yeah, so my channel was.
What year was that?
So that was
2018?
that was 2018. So my it was like 2019. So my channel was up for a whole year before YouTube started monetizing it. And I just did it because I loved it and it was a lot of fun to me.
Wow.
Bro,
Go ahead.
the 1 million views, you didn't get paid at all, but
Didn't get a dime.
I mean, after that, just you kept doing creations, like just kept doing performance stuff and detailing on it.
Yeah, so basically what I did was I said, look, I'm falling back in love with drag racing. I'm loving this car. And I ran into an older guy at the drag strip. And I was at this drag strip called North Star that was in Denton. It was an 8th Mile drag strip. And I was trying to make the car do what it do, but it just wasn't hooking right. Like I wanted to pop a wheelie.
The Demon.
Yeah, well, my Demon would not pop a wheelie, right? And
you wanted to?
Yeah, I wanted to make my Demon. I just said, I want to make this car pop a wheelie, and then I'm done. I'm gonna
get
put
so
it
many
up.
views.
I'm gonna put it up, and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
So I'm at the track. I'm at the gut. The yellow belly. The prep ain't that great. I'm going to tracks. I'm all over the place. So I'm at North Star. The prep is good. This car will not freaking pop a wheelie. It would go down the track, right? So I run into this guy. He comes over to me and he says, "You mind if I give you some advice on drag racing?" And I was like, "Yeah, And he said, "Well, let's foot brake the car and stall the car up, even because I was using the brrr and the torque reserve and all that kind of stuff, and it just was not working out right." So he said, "Well, let's foot brake the car and let's." The car still in Papa Willie, but my 60 foot's cut down. And then this guy turned out to be a kind of like a famous local racer that's like a bracket racer, and he races Cobra Jets.
Gotcha.
And his name is Rod Hetzel. Big shout out to the Cobra Jet master, Rod Hetzel. He kind of took me under his wing, and he walked away. A lot of guys say, "Man, stay away from that old kook. All he's gonna talk about is foot braking and how foot braking wins races." Well, foot braking won me a lot of damn races, and I still use foot braking to this day, depending on what track that I'm on, right?
Still use it?
I still use it to this day. Sometimes I'm on the button, brrr, but majority of the time, I'm foot braking the car.
Wow.
I wanted to ask, like, for anybody that doesn't know what foot braking means, can you explain what it means?
Yeah, so basically foot braking is a way for you to pull a car up to the line, stall it up and bring it up to a higher RPM, and then bump it into the lights at this high RPM. So the car is, like I would foot brake my car to 1,800 RPM. So it's already ready to go. Everything from the drive shaft to the axles are all torqued up and they're ready to go. And then when you let your foot off the brake and slam the pedal, boom, it takes off. It's like a slingshot effect. So it's some secrets, that he taught me on how to get the stall up higher and how to foot brake to where it wouldn't push the car through the lights. And he taught me all these little tricks and all these little special techniques. And I told him I want to do a wheelie. he said, first we need to teach you how to race. then I told him I wanted to, I won like my first or second race, you know, consistently. He said, nope. He said, you're not going fast until you get the technique of racing. And he told me the same thing that my good friend Carlos told me, who races a Porsche 911.
Shouts,
He
Carlos.
said the fastest thing in the car is what's between the steering wheel and the driver's seat is the driver. So that's the most important thing, and that's the fastest thing. Yeah. So you have to learn how to use your weapon. You have to learn how to drive that car. And what I find, most people, they don't know how to drive.
Oh.
No, them cats, they don't know it. They don't know what the hell they doing.
Oh, man.
So the most important factor in racing is the driver.
Yeah, it's the driver, man. I mean, when you look at NHRA and they build all these cars and stuff like that, but to see a person like Leah Pruitt get in a car, or Antron Brown, or, you know, the Quadro Boys, come on, or John Force.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, age is not a factor. Or Erica Ondgas, age is not age, and race, age, and gender is not a factor when driving a race car.
Oh, facts.
You either have that skill set or you don't have that skill set.
Yeah.
And they will wield it on your ass like a weapon, dude.
Yeah.
And once you learn how to use that weapon, it's a lot of tricks that I do to people that are way faster than me that should have won the race, but because they don't know how to race, I can take advantage of them.
Ooh.
I wanted to ask a random question. You were talking about, like, you know, people that are driving. Do you think that weight is important, like the weight as a person when you're driving on the track?
Man, weight is always important, but this is the thing. What can you do? If you're a big boy and you want to race, man, I suggest you race as a big boy, right? You make the car cut weight. You know, it's a lot of things that you can do. Now, once you start getting up into the, you know, professional ranks, I mean, you do have some big professional racers. Look at Matt Hagee. He ain't no punk.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying Antron Brown is, but Matt Hagee got some beef on him.
Yeah.
You know, he look like a linebacker compared to Antron Brown. He look like a receiver, you know?
Yeah.
So you still got to have the skill set, and you got to know how to drive that car. Now, do you want to be, when you go to professional ranks, you got to be fit all the way around. It's no difference from jiu-jitsu, boxing, swimming, whatever. Yeah. The leaner you are, the quicker you're going to be, and so on. But can a big boy get down in the car all day? Look, I had two dudes. One guy had never beat the other one in his Hellcat, just to show you what a skill set was. And his friend was clowning him, Ken and Rob, right? So I told him, I said, look, let me drive your car and you ride in the passenger seat, and we're going to race your partner. And he said, man, ain't no way we're going to beat him. Demonology, you know, you 250 plus, you know, I'm around 230.
Yeah.
Ain't no way we're going to beat him. I said, get your ass over there in the seat and let's see. Boy, I cut a light on his partner so cold. He had never beat him. And I drove, the first time I drove his car and beat his partner, and his partner got out the car and said, man, what just happened? How did you make the car do that?
Put the nitrous on.
Hey, that nitrous is addictive, man. I'm in love with that. Nitrous outlet, you got me, baby. You got me.
Shout out.
Yeah.
So it's just the driver, it's not the weight. When it comes to performance.
Well, I mean, when it comes to performance, weight is a major factor, and a lot of people don't take that into consideration. You know, look at it like this. If you had a backpack with 40 pounds on your back and you ran 5 yards compared to a backpack on your back, 40 pounds, and you run 50 yards, dude,
Yeah.
that 50 yards is going to be hell.
Yeah.
You know, the further you go, the more the weight is going to come into play. Then you have what's called rotational weight. This is one thing a lot of people don't take into consideration. The original Demon had heavy wheels and tires. So the rotational weight, the thing farthest away from the caliber, you got to turn it.
Wait, you said original Demon.
Yeah, the original Demon.
What year was that?
The 2018. Well, excuse me. I'm talking about the 2018 Demon. I'm not talking about the 1970 Demon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm talking about the Demon versus the Hellcats and Demon 170s,
Okay,
right?
got you.
So I call that, my original Demon.
Yeah.
But one thing that I did with that car, I learned from Rod Hetzel. He said, and before you mod this car, he said, let's change up some rotational weight on this car. And so I said, okay, well, what is that? He said, matter of fact, he had a string. I think it had like maybe a 2.5 pound weight on it. And it was a pretty good string. He said, swing this up around your head. And this is about a, 2 foot long. And I did like this, okay? Spinning fast, right? Okay, what's the big deal? Drug it out to maybe about 5 feet. He said, now swinging around your head at the same speed. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. He said, the farther the weight is out, the more power you have to use to turn it. So he said, what we want to do is we want to get a lighter wheel and a lighter tire. And that's when Mickey Thompson came into play and started looking at stuff like RC components, their wheels, lightweight wheels and lightweight tires, frees up horsepower that I would have been using to turn that big heavy wheel and tire over.
Yeah.
And now I got a lighter wheel and tire. So my wheels went from being, I want to say 80 pounds to maybe 35 pounds in total.
Got you.
Yeah. So I went and did a race against Street Speed 717. He used to have the YouTubers call out, the early YouTubers call out. Man, I cleaned house, dude. Cleaned house.
With the lighter wheels.
With the lighter wheels. All I did was change wheels on the car. I cleaned house so bad that this guy accused me, because he was racing McLaren, he accused me of cheating.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, they called me out, man. They said, Demonology, man, you cheating. I said, man, what you talking about? They say, man, we beat this guy's car all the time. And you come up here in your Demon and you clean house. So we know you cheating. And the dude that had the car was like, yeah, that's right. You cheating. So I said, well, Vinny, would you let me drive your car and race him in your car? He said, yeah. He looked at the guy and said, yeah. I immediately got the car, looked at the front tires. He had the front tires at 30 pounds of air.
Wow.
It said to seat the front tires, go to 30 pounds of air. I pumped the front tires up to 50 pounds of air.
50, yeah.
The back tires was off. He had trash fuel. I rolled the fuel out of the car. People didn't notice, but back then I was using a mixture of Boostane and regular gas.
Get that go-go juice.
Yeah, and I would hide it and put it into a can that was like a racing fuel can. I'm not gonna say that brand. I don't want to, because I was trying to hide. Racers, we have a trick. So I put some of my fuel in his car, drove it up and down the freeway, got the fuel. I drove his fuel out, put my fuel in, drove his Demon up and down the freeway, got it down, called Street Speed. I said, I'm ready to race. We first hit, wham!
On him.
Beat him. He said, go back again. We come back around. Wham! Beat him. I pulled down the window at the end of the track. Say, you want to go again? He said, no. He said, it's not the car. It's the driver.
Yeah.
I don't want to race no more.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Boom.
You have to know how to set the car up.
You gotta set the car up and you gotta get a go-go juice.
Yeah, you got to get the go-go juice. You got to know how to make it go.
Okay.
Demonology, it's time to talk about the car.
Okay.
What is done to the car now? You said you were talking about weight. What's your car weigh?
This car right here with me in it weighs 4,000 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah. And I'm 260.
Damn.
Right. Now the thing about this car,
Where did they come originally?
man, these cars come at about 4,400, 4,500, on up in the 46, stuff like that. Yeah.
Ooh.
So you took us like
Now that's
600
before the driver gets in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's a boat.
Damn.
A little boat action.
Yeah, it's a boat. So, man, this is the thing about Mopars. Everybody say, Mopar is a boat. Mopar is heavy. You're going on a love boat. Man, let me tell you something.
Love boat.
Dodge will build you a fast car. If you take any car, stock for stock, with the other Ford, Chevy, BMW, any of those cars stock from stock, and you put them on a drag strip to dig, dude, Dodge is killing you.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, it can only go in a straight line. It can't race in a, dude, it's things that people don't know about the SRT team. For that car to get if you see a SRT badge on the car, boy, that's a bad mofo. That car has to go through a road course, and it has to be able to run 24 hours without overheating, constantly running. It's a young man. He reached out to me years ago when I first started doing my demon content. He was in his Hellcat. Go check this dude out, man. This dude is on the, what do you call it, the Nürburgring over in Germany.
Okay.
It's a brother, black dude, killing them. Won't road course racing in a Hellcat.
Damn.
Wow.
Just tracking BMWs down, Porsches down, Mercedes down. All these cars that can do the twisties, he killing them in a stock Hellcat, dude.
It's crazy.
People don't realize it. When you look at a stock Hellcat, look at how big those front calibers are on that car.
Yeah.
Underneath that car, it has vents that shoot air to those calibers to make sure it's cooling those brakes down.
Yep.
People underestimate that car,
Yeah.
you know. But like I said, if you want a fast car from the showroom floor, you go see Dodge. Now, if you want a fast car that you add to it and mod to it, then you go see the others.
Yeah.
Because their internals are strong, and Dodge is last when it comes to the aftermarket world. It's just last, dude.
Yeah.
And it's expensive.
Yeah. So your demon, talk about it, engine, trans, the whole 9 yard. Give us a little bit of sauce, not too much, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I started with my original demon was I raced it 2 years all stock. And then I found that my demon, after about the first 9 months, I found my demon did not have the demon suspension. When I would turn my demon on, a Hellcat would come on the screen.
Really?
Yeah. And one guy saw it in a video and accused me of being a faker and not being a real demon. And my mechanic, Luis, contacted the guys at Dodge, the concierge, and they said, we don't know what we can do to fix it. We don't see what the problem is, yada, yada, yada. Finally, an engineer, I sent 2 videos of me racing. It was at the street speed race. I showed my car. When I raced the other guy's demon, his demon pulled a wheelie.
Wow.
My demon would not pull a wheelie. I sent him both of those videos. The guy looked into it. He contacted me and said, Demonology, not only was your car sent with the wrong program, we had like 1,500 demons that were sent with the wrong programs. I think it was 15 or 1,200 had the wrong program in them.
Recall.
Yeah. So I went to the dealership. They hooked it up, put in the new program. I'm thinking, okay, what's the big deal? I get out on the street. I hit it. Dude, the front end came so high up, I almost wrecked into the back of a dude that was sitting at the light because I couldn't see what the hell was going on.
Damn.
Then I took the car to the track and it was a wheelie fest. I started popping wheelies, man. And the car got faster.
Yeah.
So I raced that car like 9 months on a Hellcat suspension.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so that car, what I did is I kept the engine all stock. I didn't change anything in the engine, no cams or anything like that. I ported my supercharger. Big shout out to Joker's Performance, who did me a good job on porting that supercharger. I changed the injectors on it. I heard people talk about injectors. Man, it's really up to your tuner. At that time, I was using a guy by the name of Kurt Dusterhoff, who's a hell of a tuner with these cars. And the amount of horsepower that I was pushing, the power I was making, he wanted the duty cycles to be better. So he said, we're gonna have to go to a little bit better injectors. So put injectors on there, and shout out to JMC at the time, JMS at the time. I put a booster pump off in the car.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
what I ran. I ran the booster pump and I ran those injectors and pretty much started waxing people. And then when I started racing modded cars, one day I said I need to go with nitrous. I was always negative against nitrous. Did not want nitrous. Nitrous blow your motor up. I don't want no nitrous on my car.
Yeah.
Dude, I went down. You know, Nitrous Outlet is right here in Texas, in Waco. I went down and spoke to the owner of Nitrous Outlet.
Really?
And he assured me. He said, nitrous doesn't blow up engines. People put too much nitrous and they blow up the engine.
Yeah.
So he said, if you use nitrous responsibly, if you build the engine responsibly, it will handle the proper amount of nitrous that you want to throw at it.
Tune the engine responsibly. Too.
Yes, tune the engine responsibly. And so what I did was use nitrous responsibly, and all my times, all across the board, from my 60-foot to my 330 to my 660 to my quarter mile, everything picked up.
Wow.
And it was all horsepower on a button.
On the
man.
button.
On a button, dude.
So now the trans, you're running a Turbo 400 by Roster.
Yeah,
correct?
Turbo 400. So let's talk about it. To me, what was going on with the Demon is that all the Demon owners that started racing started finding the weak links in that car because we were pushing them, right? The first thing that failed on my Demon was the drive shaft balancer. It had a little rubber thing in the middle of the drive shaft. And I raced so much, I wore it out.
The dampener.
Yeah, the dampener.
Yep.
I wore the dampener out, and Dodge would not honor the warranty on the car. So the guy came to the dealership. He went over the car. This was before I had any nitrous on it, right? He looked all over the car. He said, "You sure you hadn't modded this car?" "No, I hadn't modded the car." He looked at it. He left, right? At that time, my first sponsor, Mickey Thompson, had reached out to me and gave me a set of tires. Well, they called me and they said, "Do you ever drive your car in the rain?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I daily the car." They said, "We're going to send you a set of tires that have grooves in them and you can put those on in the rain." Well, it was raining like all week. So I said, "This is a perfect time." I put those tires on there, right? The next week, the dealership called me and said, "Hey, the Dodge guy's back. He wants to look at your car again." Okay. So I took my car back up there. It was raining. He looked at the car.
With Mickey Thompson.
Yeah, it had those Mickey Thompson on the back. It was a rain. They had grooves in them, right?
Street radios.
Yes, street radios. Never racing them.
Yeah.
Then I get a reply back. The original tires are 28 inches in height. These tires were 29 inches in height. They denied my warranty.
Oh, God.
And I was like, "What?" And I said, "Man, I don't even race on those tires. Them was just tires I had on." So I said, "You know what? I'm not gonna be petty. I'm not gonna get into all that pettiness that's gonna drive me crazy." So I made a video about it, and the drive shaft shop reached out to me and they said, "Demonology, if you need a drive shaft, we'll send you one of our carbon fiber drive shafts."
Ooh.
And that's what started me to modding the car.
Damn.
Yeah. And so from there, I went to carbon fiber drive shaft. I went to a differential brace. Man, that differential brace from Performance Development is gold. Yeah. A lot of people say you don't want to put that on because it'll deny it'll void your warranty. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you break a diff and that drive shaft beats up the bottom of your car, it's never gonna be the same again. And they're not gonna replace the bottom of your car from that. So put that Performance Development on there, and we just progress. And eventually I got to the point to where the factory transmission is too smart. This car has a thinking transmission on it. It's actually a Mercedes-based transmission. And that transmission has a brain. And when I started doing wheelies, and when I started doing wheelies and going up too high, that transmission was saying, "Uh-oh, this car is off the road, danger, danger, rear Robinson," and they shut the throttle body down. So I was doing these big power wheelies and the car was just dropping out of the sky. Whoo, bam! And I was like, wow. Damn. So at that time, they didn't have it all figured out. So I just said, enough with this. I'm racing. Let me do what racers do. Racers run a Turbo 400.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Yep.
So the thing with the Turbo 400, originally it was a Chevy transmission, but Chevy only ran that, I think, maybe 2 to 3 years when it originally came out, the original Turbo 400. Then they changed it up. But racers use the Turbo 400 from Chevy to Mustang to whoever. They run it because the way that they build it now,
GTRs,
the way the racers build it, it holds up and can take the poundage from drag racing. So that's why I went to the Turbo 400, because I said, let's face it, I'm racing now, and I'll just put my other transmission to the side when I go to turn my car back to stock.
And the diff, is it built diff? Talk about the diff.
I eventually went with a billet differential. The thing I love about the billet differential is that it's solid, and if something breaks, it's not going to shatter all over the track because it holds together. The key to the billet diff is the gears. You have to have good gears in the billet differential.
Gotcha.
Now, the Silverback, the other car that I just built for Roadkill Night, it has a better differential than this one. It has a 9-inch differential with pro gears. And those pro gears are solid. You're not going to break anything.
Got a 4 diff on it?
Hey, man, look, when it comes to drag racing,
Yeah.
drag racers,
I hear you.
it's not car specific.
Yep.
Let me give you an example. They all run a 9-inch rear end. Where does the 9-inch rear end come from?
Ford,
right? They all run a TH400. Where did the TH400 originally come from?
Chevy. Yep.
If you go to real racing, like Top Fuel and stuff like that, they're all running what? Hemi engines. They're running hemispherical engines.
Yeah.
They don't say, that's a Dodge engine. John Force raced for Chevy.
Yeah.
He has a Hemi-based engine in his car. So real racing goes to stuff that don't break. So all these guys, it's like, I don't want to go to the line and you got this and you got that. Man, dude, we racing. You know, I don't want to keep paying for stuff that's not basically what you're doing is you're pushing OEM equipment to do what it's not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Now you have some shops that have a knack for it and have went through the research. That's one thing I love about Bailey's High Performance. The thing that I like about Bailey's Performance is that it's a shop that dedicated itself to Dodge performance or Mopar performance, right? So it's really a hard area to dedicate yourself to because they don't make a lot of aftermarket parts for the Dodge platform. So you have to get it right.
Right.
Because if you don't get it right, the cost is already high and expensive. Let me give you an example. When you're racing, like Chevy is first. Everything Chevy is first. You can build a badass Chevy engine with parts that are sitting on the shelf right now at Summit, or you call somebody, they already got the parts made up.
Okay.
You only have maybe 2 or 3 people that make go fast parts for Dodge. And they don't even have those parts in stock. So a lot of times you call them and they'll be like, yeah, we can get you that part 6 months from now. They're not building a lot of them and stocking them. So in knowing that, I decided to change up. I'm still running all Mopar. I changed up my car and set it up to the standpoint of a Holly Dominator because a Holly Dominator has so much safety features on the car. Now, those safety features don't mean nothing if you don't turn them on. And my car is tuned by Dwayne Biddle, who's one of the baddest Holly tuners in Texas. Mm-hmm. Big shout out to Dwayne Biddle Motorsports. And basically what I had Dwayne do was tune my car up to where it could go to and then back it down to 80%.
Wow.
That way I can race and make rounds.
Rounds after rounds.
Round after rounds, round after rounds. Now what Chris Bailey did at Bailey's High Performance was he took his own personal demon and pushed it to the limit and start breaking parts, breaking them on purpose. So this is what they do in the NHRA. They take a car, they put the engine on the engine dyno, and they run that engine until it pops.
Damn.
Then they know where they can race that car at. They run parts until they fail. Then they know what they need to do, where the breaking point is. Chris Bailey has done all that damage and carnage for you. So when you bring your car to him and he tells you, oh, this is the line, then that's the line you need to stop at.
Yeah.
Because he knows. A lot of shops don't know that.
Yeah.
They base it off of what they're doing with Chevys or what they're doing with Fords. And, you know, Fords, the RPM is like 9,000 on some of them.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
The Dodge is not going to do that, man. You're going to blow a rod
Really?
through the engine. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to do that on.
So what's your highest RPM?
RPM?
First gear?
Man? Believe it or not.
Because first gear is the highest. So
Yeah. So hold on, man. Let me get this. Let me turn this phone on airplane mode. Sorry about that, guys. They're killing me here. They want to know. It's probably my kids calling me.
it's all right. Good.
You calling me?
Hey, man, not yet.
Danrue's calling me.
Not yet.
Danrue.
Danrue. Yeah, that's one of my kids. And that boy got too much soul in it, man. And I know that's one of my babies from when I was down in Louisiana kicking it. You know?
It's one of them.
Yeah, come on, man. So we asking the limits on it? Is that what you was asking?
No. The highest RPM on your car. First gear.
The highest RPM on my car. My car is going up to 7,200 RPM, and that's it. And we shut off at there. I don't go no faster than 7,200 RPM on my car. And that's the way we set it up. That's the way we designed it. We could take it a little bit higher in the RPM if we wanted to, but now you're pushing failure.
There you go.
Big shout out to Manton push rods. Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Shout out to them.
So with these cars, you can only go so far in RPM, so far in horsepower before you start separating stuff and tearing up stuff. So I have Dwayne tune the car, then I have him turn on all the safety features on the Holly Dominator.
Nice.
I mean, if it doesn't see the fuel is right, it's bringing the car down. Yeah. If it doesn't see, the oil pressure is right, it's bringing the car down. If it doesn't see the water temp is right, it's shutting the car down. I mean, if the nitrous is not coming in right with enough fuel, it's shutting the car down.
Yeah.
So Holly Dominator gives me the ability to run an engine that's been modded up to go a little bit faster than a stock engine, but the safety that it can catch most things before I grenade an engine.
Now let's talk about the motor. The most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's it got? How cubic inch? You got the big 3.0 or 3.8, right?
Mm-hmm.
3.8 Whipple.
Yep, 3.8.
The new 3.8 Whipple. With a little bit of sauce on the engine.
So the engine that I'm running in this car is a stock red eye engine with a half-filled block. I wish I could get a Dart block like the Chevy guys, but Dart doesn't make a block for Dodge.
Yeah.
I wish I could get a billet block, but the people that are making the billet block, they want to build you the entire sharp block. They want to put rods, they want to put everything in it. They just don't want to give you the block.
Yeah.
And when you look at it like that, you still got weak links. I don't like the parts that they're putting in there. Racers, we see what other racers are doing to go fast. And to me, they just don't have the go fast parts.
Right.
So you can't even get that. So what I did is I went with a half-filled red eye block, Windberg crank, better pistons, better rods.
Forged.
Forged pistons, forged rods. One thing, man, that really hurt me is it really made me. How could I say this? It almost made me become a person that I shouldn't want to be. Because this dude had my car, and this company sent me some heads. I'm gonna shout the company out. The company that sent me the heads, shout out to ThawTech Heads. ThawTech has the best heads out there in the game, the burr heads, right?
Which ones?
Burr heads.
No.
ThawTech. Some people call them ThawTech. Some people call them ThawTech. People in the Mopar community, you know what I'm talking about.
Got you.
So this company makes some badass heads that really flow. And they make the heads with their own casting. So this company, I reached out to them. They sent me a set of heads to sponsor me and so forth. This guy took my heads
Damn.
Put some ported red-eye heads on my car, and then told me that ThigTech needed my heads for a core. So I was like, man, that wasn't the deal I made with ThigTech. You know, and I'm trusting this person, so I didn't think this person would do something like that.
But you would think they would need your stock heads for a core if that was the case.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, right? So then it's like the guy had kept my car hostage. I mean, man, we need to talk about shops, man, because there's some shops that can do some bad stuff to you.
Yeah.
So this dude had my car for 9 months. And every time, you know, we was doing YouTube videos, and the guy would say, hey, here's the engine that's going in Demonology's car. It got so-and-so, 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 so-and-so. So then we do go away with the feed, post the video. Then the guy called me up a week later. Hey, man, I got another engine that's better than this one, and it'll be coming in 2 weeks. Can you wait 2 weeks for the other engine? Who wouldn't say yeah? And it's better? Yeah. So that went on about 2-3 times. So finally I said, man, look, I don't give a damn what you got. I'm coming to get my car, my engine, right? So I had drove my car all the way to like New York and left my car there in New York. Dude, my big brother flew up there with me. And this guy, right before we left that day on the plane, this dude called me and was like, hey man, your car not ready. I said, man, I don't give a damn if it's not ready or not. I'm coming to get my car. He said, man, I need more time. I said, look, motherfucker, I can make a baby in 9 months. I'm coming to get this damn car, whether it's ready or not. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, I can make a fucking human in 9 months. I'm not, you don't be telling me my, so, and I had left my truck and my trailer up there. So I just told my brother, look, I'm on, if it ain't ready, I'll just put it on and drive it back. So we flew up there. My big brother, he's a police officer too, and so forth. And shout out, to the family. And so when we got up there, the dude started just acting weird, and I was like, so I started reading him like a crook.
Yeah.
And I went into a different mode. But it's people in the business that would make you go like that. The ThigTech guy, I ran into him and was like, hey man, your heads, you took my, he said, man, I don't use heads as a core. I said, but this guy told me that you took my heads. He said, dude, I don't use heads as a core. Then when I brought my car here, Chris Bailey looked at the deals and I said, oh yeah, I'm selling, because Chris Bailey was like, look, I want to know what this engine is if we're going to push it, so I have some aspect of it, And he looked at it and he said, everything is good, but you got stock red-eye heads. You don't have the ThigTech heads.
Damn.
And I was like, what you mean I don't have ThigTech? He said, man, you got ported red-eye heads. He said, these are not ThigTech heads.
Damn.
So I just had to say, man, let me just chill with this, and leave it alone. If I fool around and hurt somebody.
Yeah.
So, I had to man up. I saw the dude, I shook his hand. But, to me, people like that, when you know that they're a snake and you know what you're dealing with, you just don't deal with them no more.
Yeah, exactly.
So you just got to keep moving.
Focus.
But yeah, go ahead, bro.
So now you have the heads.
Yeah. So now this still has the stock red-eye heads on it.
Yeah.
And so what Chris Bailey did was he brought the compression up because it didn't have the compression that we thought it had. Also found out that I had a stock red-eye cam, but my tuner Dwayne Biddle went off.
Yeah.
So Dwayne Biddle was like, hey, call this guy that built this engine. I need to know the specs on this cam so we can know where I can take it and push it to the limits to tune it. And I called this dude and he was like, that's my proprietary information and my intellectual properties. And Dwayne Biddle went off. He said, man, I will pull this fucking cam out this car and put it on a cam doctor and let everybody know what's big. He said, we fucking racing. We don't have time for this shit.
Yeah, no secret stuff. Yeah,
man. That's when I was
especially when it's your own car.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's when I was at Jack Fab. Yeah. Big shout out to Jack Fab. So
they built Luckey's car, right?
Yeah. So that's who has Luckey's car.
Nice.
So I was at Jack Fab and we pulled the cam out stock red eye cam.
Wow.
Was in the car. Yeah.
Little sneaky
Yeah,
snake,
man, little sneaky stuff, man, that people do. So it's hard to find honest people. That's why I love this shop, because it's an honest shop. It's a family shop. This dude has been through it, and he don't want, and he's been screwed around like that before, and he doesn't want that same crap to happen to customers because he knows how it feels.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to realize, man, you got two parts of society. You got those that play by the rules and those that say, I don't give a damn about no rules. I just need to get ahead.
Yeah.
And they get ahead by any means necessary. They don't care about their character. They don't care about you. Now, if you come and you split their wig, you know, you put a ooh-wee knot on their head or you kill them, then, you know, you the bad guy.
Yeah. So you got did you have the 3.0 before the 3.8?
The first I just had my regular Demon Supercharger on there, you know. Then I changed that and I put the Whipple 3.0 on there. But I did the Whipple 3.0 from the drag pack.
Yeah.
And that was a beautiful, beautiful supercharger, man. I mean, that supercharger made all the world of difference to me. The car ran 8 threes without nitrous with that particular supercharger on it. That's 8 threes. And that's not in like the best DA.
Yeah.
You know, so what you got to realize is that you have these guys that you call time chasers. You know, but we'll talk about time chasers.
Like the micro record?
No,
the
man,
micro
I'll talk to you
chasers?
about that in a minute. But anyway, so that Whipple, that drag pack Whipple kept that engine cool, and it did 8.3 without nitrous. With nitrous, it ran a 8.1 with nitrous. And that's not me pushing it with nitrous. That's me putting my friend Lime Cat, big shout out to Lime Cat, Chris Shava, he always laugh at me and say, you running a baby shot of nitrous. No, I'm not running a baby shot of nitrous. I'm sipping the nitrous safely.
The little hunter shot.
Yeah, man. Just enough to whoop that, you know what I'm
little
saying?
espresso action.
Yeah, just a little espresso. You know.
Do you do it more for the HP or for the cooling?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Okay.
Both. I do it both. I do it for both, but I really like what it does for HP. So a lot of times when I'm racing people, I don't even use the spray. Sometimes I get up there and purge it and turn it off. Yeah. I just make them think I'm using it. I purge it because it gets in their head and it's girl. Ooh, oh God, did you see that? You know,
smoke.
Hey,
Damn, man, you giving your secrets out, man.
Hey, man, you know that's what I did. That's what I did to.
You're getting too much sauce now.
Hey, man, that's what I did to Luna Tran with that boy. She got a bad GTR. Hey, man, big shout out to Joe Tech. Joe Tech got some fast GTR. Your boy Dan think he got the fast GTRs in Houston. Joe Tech know what they doing. You know, Kenny Tran used to race in the NHRA. Yeah. This dude knows all about race. Seth, his tuners and stuff, man, they know what they doing over there at Joe Tech. Matter of fact, she had won Texas 2K with the fastest GTR. That won that Texas 2K event. Whatever. I think it was like 2022.
Yeah. It's probably last year's, Yeah.
But she saw the ass end of this car.
Ooh,
He was looking at the booty. I had to give her the booty juice, y'all. Cause she had to eat it from the back. Cause that's what she was looking at going down the track. Hey man, I'm just playing with Joe Tech. They ain't gonna let that happen again. Hey man, I went to this dude's shop, man. You know, trying to do some inside secrets. Guess who car I saw up in this dude? Now this is a drag shop.
Yeah.
Guess who car I saw up in there? The Hello Kitty GTR. Was in there getting back half, getting the cage hidden off in the thing. The cage, man, they was doing. I said, oh man, can y'all tell me about that car? Oh yeah, we doing so and so. So I made sure I took a bunch of pictures of it and I sent it to Kenny and Luna. And I said, oh, y'all got secrets, huh? Hey, man, they done redid the engine and everything, man. Hey, man, it's going to be hell to pay for me come the Big Showdown 5.
Yeah.
Man,
when does that happen?
That's going to happen April the 13th. So that's a race that me and Dunk Master put on. And we bring out a lot of influencers, YouTubers, whatever you want to call them. And what we're finding is that those that's talking the talk can't walk the walk.
Ooh.
Hold on, speaking of walking, because, you know, we did it with the same thing last podcast. But what do you think about Danrue that he said about the kitty cats and all this situation that the most controversial video that we made? What do you think about it? And I really hold on. And I really want you to defend these quote unquote kitty cats that he's saying.
Mod2fame made a video. You made a video. Luckey made a video. Pretty much all the heavy hitters.
But I really want to know. But I want your words, man. I want
Demon Hellcat.
Hey, man.
I want him crying. You know what I mean?
Man. Hey, look, man. All I can say is I love all my kids, right? I got some kids that I need to whoop that ass, because they get out of line. Danrue, one of them kids. Danrue, the kid that's always getting in trouble. Yeah. No matter what daddy say, I'm gonna have to pull the strap out on him. so I'm gonna have to, like I said, am I gonna have to choke a bitch? Danrue, the kid that's gonna step up to daddy,
right?
And I'm gonna have to hit him in his chest and cave his chest in, make his ass go dance in the corner over there. But no, man, I love Danrue, man. I love what he's doing. I love that he's challenging everybody. He's making everybody step up or shut up. But this is the thing, Dan. We've been doing the big showdown for 4 years, and we start that event off with road racing. We right up the street from where your car is, down there in H-Town. Get your ass up here and get in that room like I told you, and pull them pants down, because I'm finna wear that little ass out.
Danrue, you need to come back to the H, man.
Look, man, Dan knows who I am, right?
Yeah.
I used to go by the playground, and when he was about in the 2nd or 3rd grade, and I just walk up to the fence and say, I'm your daddy, and I just walk on off. You know what I'm saying? And then he go tell his mama, who's that man? And now he could call me out. Go ahead. His mama does. Boy, don't you mess with that man. Boy, that you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, you talking to an OG, bro. So I mean,
OG in the game for sure.
Hey man, I'm too old, man. Like I said, I'm his mother's age or probably older than his mama. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, you road racing him or dig racing him?
Man, I road race him. I hadn't lost a road race yet. One time I road race drag times. I'm gonna tell you, if anybody is the king of road racing besides my boy Mod2fame, that's another one of my boys. That's my racing son, right? Mm-hmm. Just like Boosted Luckey. That's another one of my sons too. He just don't. He don't want to admit it, but I'm gonna have to spank his ass too. But big shout out to Boosted Luckey. I love you, brother. So, man, look, this dude, when it comes to road racing, Drag Times does both of them. He dig races and he roll races. So I went down to Florida to race Drag Times, and I was in somebody else's Demon. I don't think Drag Times set me up, but somebody set me up. The car, they had the Demon suspension was unplugged on the car. And the Demon is all about the suspension. Yeah. Remember when I told you that my Demon wouldn't get up and do a wheelie and do all that? That slows the car down, right?
It wouldn't boogie.
Yeah, it wouldn't boogie. So my 60 foots and stuff, they just wasn't right. But, man, I pissed Drag Times off so damn bad. He said, let's roll race, right? Roll race, you ain't got nobody to catch you with the lights.
Yeah.
So what I did was I was taking off, I was stalling the car up, building boosts on the brakes, but I was on the gas at the same time. And I was flying. And he was like, I'm gonna mimic you. When we get to so-and-so and so-and-so, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
Man, I took off. When I hit that part, whoom, I was gone, boy. He was hot as fish grease. He said, you can't do it like that. We got to roll race again. We got to roll. So I went and roll race him again. And he beat me the second time in the 720 McLaren. Yeah. But, I really hadn't lost a road race. If you road race me and you on the side of me, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's a Wheel Motivation. Wheel Motivation came in with a Lamborghini, a Lambo, dog. I was driving another dude's stock Demon.
Damn.
Spanked the pants off of him.
The Lambo.
The Lambo.
A V12, man.
The Lambo, man, that Demon is a V. Another dude showed up with like a M5 BMW. He wanted to race me. I'll road race you. I'm the road racing king, blah, blah. It's all out there. It's on video.
Yeah,
You can look it up and see.
Yeah,
Road racing. I spanked him, man. Whooped him like he stole something, right? Then after that, another dude came with this F-150. You know this shop.
Oh,
man, this
damn.
truck was fast, dude.
Who?
It's called Boosted F-150. This is
What color?
It's a black dude. His truck, I think it was like silver or white. It's a big old brother. It's a big brother. Back in the day, he was the king of boosted trucks before anybody was doing it. This brother, you know, brothers always first. You know, everything comes from Africa. You know,
Respect that.
So you know, this brother was killing everybody. His channel was called Boosted F-150, and I remember he was tuning his car on the freeway, and he run off the road and wrecked in the medium, landed in a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, and the police was sitting there looking at him. So, you know, his channel kind of backed up a little bit after that, I guess. But anyway, he was killing the folks.
Yeah.
Tore that ass up.
Damn.
Spanked him too.
So the Demon 170. I'm sorry. The Demon Factory Demon.
Mm-hmm. Factory Demon.
What cars do you think, or not? If you don't think, but can it beat like off the line?
From a dig, all of them. All of them.
Like which ones? Name them.
All of them except for the Tesla Plaid. You know, I gotta give this to the Tessie, right?
Hold on, battery beating?
Hold on.
Yeah, look. I'm talking about the stock Demon. The stock Demon.
No, I know, not yours, but a stock Demon.
Yeah, a stock Demon. The Tesla Plaid was scooted. Tesla Plaid are walking.
The battery.
The battery. Man, that battery badass, dude. I got it. Hey, man, Hey, look.
He has one.
Yeah, he got it.
Hey, look, man, this is the thing. I'm gonna be truthful with y'all. When Dodge came out with the Dodge Demon, I figured, here we go. The horsepower wars is finna start.
Yep.
Chevy, quiet, shut up. Ford, quiet, shut up. I was like, what's up with these jokers? They part of the big three. They ain't gonna step up to this. I knew they was gonna step up. All of the other car companies shut the BMW. Everybody shut up. Didn't nobody do nothing with you building a drag variant for the street? Nobody did that.
Crazy.
Guess who stepped up?
Elon
Musk. God dang.
Oh,
The Tessie stepped up, said, hold my beer Ford and Chevy, I got this.
Ooh.
It do go fast and accelerating wise, you know what I mean?
Man, that car is cold-blooded, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Cold-blooded.
No noise.
Have you ever seen that video? There's a guy that like almost gutted down a whole Tesla just to race a quarter mile.
Oh yeah, I saw it. You know, you know, I keep up with the Tessie. You know, so at one of our races, I think at the Big Showdown 2, Drag Times came in with he was in a Tesla Raven then, and Harley Davidson had an electric motorcycle. Man, it's the quietest race I ever seen in my life, dog. They just took off.
Just pure wind, man.
Pure wind.
And then when the light came on, hey, everybody started screaming. I said, what the hell is that?
There's a new life right now that's gonna be like just complete silence.
They in
Dude,
2050.
Dude, man, it was, I mean, you know, and so, you know, I have yet to beat Drag Times in my Demon against his 720 McLaren. You know, he's really the 720 McLaren champ. Street Speed 717, I spanked him in the 720 McLaren. But Drag Times is a different breed because he really knows how to race. He knows how to cut a light. He does all that crap in the street. Yeah. I don't even know why he wastes his time with that. You know, come on, man, that's for kids. So Drag Times came down and used the Texas Racing Channel's Tesla. And raced it in the Soul Snatcher off in my Red Demon, right?
Yeah.
Now my Red Demon was making, I want to say, about the same horsepower as the Tesla, right at about 1,200 horsepower. But and I told him, I said, I'm not gonna use the nitrous. He was like, Herman, don't use the nitrous. If you use the nitrous, you gonna beat me. Big shout out to Nitrous Outlet, because I sure started to put it on his ass. but he said, don't use the nitrous, right?
Yeah.
He ate it from the back. He ate it from the back.
No nitrous.
No nitrous. He ate it from the back.
Damn.
We took out, boom. Boy, he was hanging in there. He hanging in there. I pulled the plug on that motherfucker. Bop! Pull the you remember the Duracell rap me?
Yeah.
Gotta get that energizer. I pulled the plug on him, dog.
Damn.
Woo, I was so happy because I had never beat drag time. Drag times had some type of voodoo on your boy. Every time I race him, something happened. The car mess up, this go down, something is wrong. But this time, at the big showdown, everything was running right. I could not lose that day. That day, I put big wheels on the back of my car and beat Dunkmaster with the big wheels on his car.
Damn.
Gutted him out.
That don't.
Get him in there.
Don't beat him at his own game. Dunkmaster was mad. He tried to hit the scramble button and that bitch got loose to the I was snatching his soul. Dunkmaster was hot as fish grease.
Dude.
Oh boy, he was hot, man.
Damn.
I know you were very excited when you
Hey
saw
man,
that.
what can I say?
Scramble.
Hey man, I just
Scrambled eggs right now.
Hey man, I just told him let go, let it soul. He was holding on to his soul. You know, see, this the thing. See, when I race you, I don't bet for money.
Soul snatcher.
I race you for your soul, baby, right?
Ooh,
and so
damn.
once I get it, I go lay it down on the altar of Mopar. So you got those that the altar of Mopar call me up.
Oh my
and they say, Demonology, we got a mission for you.
Man,
We need
boy.
you to go get your son's soul,
guy.
Danrue. Go get it and lay it down on the altar of Mopar. See, so once I lay your soul down, the only way you can race me again, you got to bring somebody else's soul.
Oh, damn.
That's
So
a
with
trade.
Dunkmaster,
That's a trade.
I got his soul, I got his uncle's Jimmy's soul up there. I got all kind of
You know
souls of it. Yeah,
You
yeah.
got-
He can,
you know what you should do?
Mod2fame, so?
I got Mod2fame. So
Luckey?
well, I mean, you know, that's my son. You
What
know,
about
so I
Boosted
gave,
Luckey?
man, Boosted Luckey, man. That's like taking candy from a baby. Now, let me tell you something. Boosted is fast now. Boosted didn't used to be fast,
Yeah.
but Boosted runs a full interior heavyweight car.
Yeah.
So he's not supposed to be fast to what I'm doing. This car is a race car.
But y'all both got
Listen.
parachutes, though.
Man, look, man, that man ain't popping that parachute. That car ain't fast. But I mean, back then he wasn't. I don't know. I mean, that's just like, I don't know, man. He just, you know, have you ever seen them people that they go to Pep Boys and they get a thing and they say supercharged
Yeah.
and they stick it on the car.
Yeah.
Then they say, I want to go faster. Then they go get another one and they say turbo. And I'm like, damn, is it turbo or is it supercharged? You know?
Yeah.
Which
And
one do you
they-
want to choose?
Yeah. They put that. Then they go get another one that say rocket on there. I mean, like, that's what that parachute is. Now he can use it because now he's going fast enough to use the parachute.
When you see these guys, right? I mean, not calling no names, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're running around the streets with parachutes.
Come on, man,
Should
stop it.
Tell me, when should a car have a parachute?
A car should have a parachute when it's running like a 8-9. When it's running into the 8s, the car needs to have a parachute on that particular car, right? So that's the way I feel. You know, NHRA rules,
Yeah.
they say it should have a parachute before that. But what I've seen from the drag strip, but you got to realize Texas Motorplex has such a long runway. And Houston's track has such a long runoff. So to me, if you ain't running in the 8s, you really don't need it. The NHRA, I want to say it's like anytime you run close to what is it? Look it up, a 9.3 or something like that, then you're supposed to have a parachute. But why the hell you gonna have a parachute on the streets?
Yeah.
You don't need no parachute. What you doing? You popping your laundry for everybody to see in the damn street? You ain't
It doesn't wanna
Batman.
catch-
What they think he the Bat? Boosted Luckey is Batman now. Now I'm Batman. Now Robin done got the goddamn Batmobile and he running around with the parachute on the thing. I'm Batman. Boosted Luckey is Robin. He running around with the goddamn parachute. I done gave him the keys to the Batmobile.
He's trying not to get the. He's trying to get the trophy, like the parachute, like no dusty, man. He's trying to get no dust in it, man.
I don't know
He's
what
trying to get the dust out,
man,
bro.
I don't know what he's trying to do, man. But now he needs that damn parachute because that some gun with that 3.8 Whipple, woo,
And
he
nitrous.
running and nitrous. Woo! Well, you know, he ain't got the right nitrous.
Oh, he got the.
What?
He got the
let me
NX,
tell you,
right? The
well, let me
NX.
tell you, he got that old fake nitrous system. The nitrous is real, but that system ain't shit that he got.
Damn.
So, you know, nitrous outlet builds a specific system for a specific car. The boy having problems. Ask him. Look on his page. Oh, I was gonna run a 7, but my nitrous and all, but I had problems with my. That's cause you ain't got the right nitrous
Boy,
system.
he sounds just like him.
He got the jacked up nitrous system. That's what's wrong with it. He ain't got the nitrous. He got the itrous. I don't know what the hell that is. Itrous. It ain't working right. That's what he got. The itrous. You wait till I get it right. That's what he got. I got the real nitrous. When I hit you with that nitrous outlet, it's working, baby.
Yeah. All right, you talked about Boosted Luckey.
Shout out to my son, Boosted Luckey. He's a good one. He's gonna be a lot faster this year, y'all. He's a different Boosted Luckey because he has that Whipple 3.8. So shout out to Boosted Luckey.
The difference from the 3. Obviously, it's bigger, right? The 3.8.
Well, it's bigger and it's gonna really pick up speed on the top end of the track. Now, I would like to see Luckey get on the tree more. So drag racing is more than just cutting a good light. It's a lot of different things that goes on at the tree. I can't give out all my secrets that's been taught to me. But, I'm going to take my son under my wing and I'm going to school him. Sometimes tough love is the best love.
Yeah. You got Mod2fame.
Yeah.
With the manual trans.
Mod2fame with the manual trans. Man, it's the one thing about Mod2fame that a lot of people don't know. Mod2fame has a skill set with sliding and drifting a car. He don't show it. He don't let people know that he can do that, but he is really phenomenal when it comes to sliding and drifting a car, particularly with a manual.
Damn. Mm-hmm.
Now, that's one dude that will listen. He's not a hard head. If he sees your experience and if it can pass on to him, he's going to pass it on him. But he's very, very technical. Mod2fame keeps up with all the numbers. Yeah. And he's a lover of roll racing. I mean, that's his deal in the streets. Bah, bah, bah. Come on, man.
You talk a lot about street racing, right? In what state do you think races the most? As drag or street?
Excuse me. I think Texas really races the most. And the reason why I say Texas is because we have a lot of really good drag strips in Texas. You get a lot of people up north or maybe down south to where the DA is really low, and you get a lot of time chasers. So to me, it's a big difference between a time chaser and a racer. A time chaser is that guy who brings his car out when it's not hot during the summer in the perfect time of the year, like right about now, when the air density drops.
Yeah.
And you have less grain per pound, less water grains in the air. So your car will naturally go faster. And what they'll do is that they get on the lights and they have the luxury to sit there, and we call it making sandwiches, but some of these fools taking picnics, man.
Yeah.
Because they get on the lights and they sitting there and they getting it just right, and they don't have nobody next to them in the other lane, and they, all right, I got the, all right, okay, all right, I'm gonna go in just a second. I'm gonna go, all right, I'm gonna go. Boom, and then they go and they throw this big number up. Then they line up next to a guy that races. Dude, that race is stress.
Yeah.
It's things I can do to you on the line while you're lining up to distract you away from what you're doing. And before you know it, everything didn't happen so damn fast. Boom, they caught stuck like this during the headlights.
Yeah.
Come on, man. A lot of these cats get caught sleeping.
Yeah.
And they get caught sleeping because they practice chasing times. I don't practice that. Rod Hetzel told me, no, that's not what we doing. When you get up to the tree, you're a lumberjack. You chopping the tree down. You working on deep staging. You working on shallow staging. You working on all your techniques. You working on turning the wheel, making them look. You working on bumping the car, making them look. You working on coming up with the converter. It's a lot of stuff that you working on on that tree. I raced this dude with this Mustang. His Mustang was called White Girl, right? It's fast. It was a shop car.
Yeah.
No, that shop is called, God darn, man, I can't remember the name of these shops. Anyway, so it's a Mustang shop.
Yeah.
I I'll get you the shop later. Matter of fact, I'll send you the video, right?
Got you.
So he pulls up with his car, white girl. He know he racing me. Don't you know this fool went in and double bubbed me right away? You can't, so when you at the drag strip, you supposed to courteous stage.
Yeah.
See, it's a lot of tricks that go on the lights.
Yeah.
Like, he light a bulb, he light his pre-stage, I light my pre-stage. He light his stage, I light my stage, right? After both pre-stages are lit, and then I light my stage, he has 7 seconds to turn that bulb on or he's gonna be disqualified. So that's like you can do the turbo cars. If turbo cars pull in wrong, you can set them down because they gotta come up on that
boost.
two-step.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 and you just sitting there and you counting. You count, and it's making them hot. That car getting hot. You know, I mean, that's what you do to people. You know, but we don't play those games, right?
Yeah.
So this joker, instead of him coming up, lighting his pre-stage, this fool came in and double bubbed me. He went boom, boom, and lit both of the bulbs.
Yeah. No, yeah.
That's a no-no.
Yeah.
That's a no. So you know what I did? I made him look. I went in and turned off the top bulb. If you go like 6 inches past, your top bulb will turn itself off, but it won't disqualify you. And when you sitting there looking at your bulbs and that top bulb go off, you do like this. What the hell just, and bam, that Pro Tree dropped on his ass. Killed him, dog.
Damn.
Killed him. He tried to do something dirty to me because I was taught how to play these games. Big shout out to Rod Hetzel, the Cobra Jet Master. Bye, y'all.
Yeah.
I put the trick right back on him. Beat him, man. The dude, Paramount Speed. So that car was from the shop called Paramount Speed. And man, I'm telling you, man, I did him so bad. When I jump out on you like that, you ain't no walking around me.
What about street racing?
Street racing, man, I don't get involved with street racing.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much that can go wrong.
Yeah.
I'm older, I'm wiser, I have a family now. Obviously, you want to pass that on to the youth, but sometimes people grow up in their own time, you know. I mean, if I see you doing something wrong, I'm gonna pull you to the side. I'm gonna say, hey, Noel, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, now you may get it, you may respect what I'm telling you and get it, or you may be like, psh, man, F that old dude. He don't know what he talking
Come
about.
on, old school.
Yeah. And then you go out there and you may be fine but right now, man, the way they doing people in law enforcement, you know.
Well, they're taking your cars.
Man, hey, man, I've been
everything.
retired since 2010. But, man, they going back on. I talked to some partners that's still on the clock. Man, they going back looking at video.
Ooh.
And putting the computer on the video. The computer telling them what street they on, what city they was in, how fast they was going. And that's enough to get their vehicle seized.
Yeah.
And then they'll come in and seize their vehicle, seize, if they got a social media channel, seize all their social media. And to me, what I've seen the people at law enforcement do it to is people that piss law enforcement off.
Yeah.
And they just say, all right, well, I'm gonna show you since you got a smart mouth. We're gonna run this to the full extent of the law just to jack you.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. But the time chasers, man, back to what I was saying. If you're out there chasing times, don't line up against me.
Yeah.
Because it's not gonna be pretty. Because I'm racing.
Got you. Talk about the car again. Like, man, how much power is the car making, honestly?
How much horsepower is the car making? Yes.
That's a good question. That's all that matters. All right, guys, it's Go Hard Podcast.
All right, we're done. Peace. Nah.
More than usual.
He said peace.
He actually is done. No, just-
Nah, man. Nah.
Horsepower? Yeah.
Waiting for little something. Maybe a little 1,200.
Maybe a little math in there. Put a little math in there. You know
Little
what I mean?
13.
Put a little math.
Some
What?
division,
Math?
subtraction, multiplication.
Oh man,
nothing.
we ain't putting no math in this, man. I told you what the car was making. Yes.
Yes.
It's making, hey man, big shout
It's
out to
making it,
Mission
yes.
Fly. Hey man, big shout out to Mission Fly. I
Guys,
used to
we
tell
tried.
everybody.
We tried.
Hey, the horsepower I was making, Mission Fly said, stop it, Big Perm. Tell them yes. So I tell everybody
Hey,
yes.
we tried.
You gonna find out.
It didn't happen. We're sorry, but you know,
Hey,
it is
man.
what it is. This
Hey,
is
like-
racing. It's, you know, it is
Not
what
even
it is.
off camera, he didn't want to say it. I was like,
Hey, man, like
Not even
Kanye.
off camera, I promise you.
Hey, man, like it's like Ye said, you know, Kanye West. No one man should have all that power.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right, so the car,
Yeah.
NHRA approved, built.
This
fully
car
done.
is NHRA approved and built.
Yeah.
From the rooter to the tutor. So everything about this car is made for racing. And this is really what you're seeing out on the street. People fool you. They put a VIN on a car. They have a fully built race car. When these cars start running that fast, they have race cars. You have people that literally take a Pro Mod and put a factory shell on top of a Pro Mod, bolt it in, and make it look like it's a street car.
Oh.
You know, you have guys that do drag and drive. You know, big shout out to my partner, Mr. Bailey, that does the drag and drives.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You're not gonna beat that dude
Yeah.
in no drag and drive. This dude has like a 6-second, 5-second Pro Mod that he can drive it down the street.
Crazy.
And then he switched over and changed the fuel system. Come
Nah,
on,
you
man.
did-
and he said yes to your face.
I know,
That's
man.
when
Yeah.
you know it's fast. But when you coming in the streets, it's, you know, it's approved
Yeah.
for U.S. citizens
Yeah.
here. You know what I mean? The police department.
The shops that built it. Talk about the shops, all the shops that
Hey,
laid their
man,
hands on the car.
all the shops that I have been to me, and I'm not just saying this because I'm at this guy's shop, because I tell him like a TI is, right? I'm gonna tell you like a TI is. Bailey's High Performance has been the best shop for me. It's a family-oriented shop. It's a husband and wife there at the shop. Ain't nobody running around chasing skirts, doing all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
They are mature people. They ain't drinking at work. You go over there, you don't see no alcohol, nobody drinking and no beer at this shop.
Yeah.
It ain't finna happen, Captain. This is a professional shop and they keep everything professional. And I love it that they can focus on the racing aspect as far as when it comes to OEM and even going to something like this, a race car, which is a little bit deeper. But these guys do more than just these basic cars. They have a whole restoration shop on the other side. So
Yeah,
Bailey's House
my
Performance, I mean, they do it. They do it. Now, the shop that I was at before that, the very first shop, Gearheads Performance was mostly a Ford Focus shop, should I say? But the guy that owned the shop, Travis Franklin, is a true racer. The people that's at his shop, like Hunter Holt, is a true racer. So they do race car stuff. Then the technician that was at the shop was my Dodge technician that left from Dodge to come to that shop to work on my car pretty much at that shop. He's a certified Dodge technician with certifications to back his performance.
Right.
Shout out to Wheezy. I call him Wheezy. His name is Luis.
Wheezy
You know,
F, baby.
So you know, that shop is, I mean, they know what they're doing,
Yep.
you know, when it comes to racing. Jack Fab shop look like my garage. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
It ain't the cleanest shop, but they come together and they get shit done.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say about them cats. They youngsters, and everybody got to go through that.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
living
true,
for
yeah.
the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but older cats, they ain't living for the weekend. Them young guys, they living for the weekend. You know, so they can party and have a good time and stuff like that. But when it comes to a task at hand, what I can say is that Jack Fab will get shit done.
Yeah.
If they have to, you know, because them young cats, if they know they got a race that they got to be in and the car is way behind, man, them cats gonna go to sleep on your car, turning wrenches. Dude, wake up, turning wrenches. Turning wrenches.
Yeah.
You know. Now, since I left the shop, I can't tell you their reputation.
Yeah.
People call me and say, "Hey, do you recommend?" No, I can't recommend that shop because I'm not there anymore. I'm at Bailey's High Performance. I can tell you what Chris Bailey and his crew is doing because I walk these floors.
Yeah.
I walk the halls and I can see they work. Now, I'm still friends with Wheezy and Hunter Holt over at Gearheads. I can pretty much kind of tell you what they doing, but I'm telling you, they mainly a Mustang shop. Yeah, Wheezy is there, but even Wheezy turning wrenches on Mustangs. He don't see the Mopars like he used to see the Mopars when I was there.
Right.
You know, if you look, man, if you want a fast Mopar and you want it to be built right and you want it to be consistent, I don't care where you at, put that sucker on a transport and transport it to Bailey's High Performance. Ooh. So you know it's built right the first time. Man, shops have been screwing a lot of people around. Like I said, I've been subject to it.
Yeah.
You know, nobody is immune from it. But when you find a good shop, you want to scream it from the rooftops.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of guys. Hey, man, shout out to my partner, Demonic Racing. He got done all something kind of wrong from some shops that had so-called reputable names.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shout them out. In our close circle, we say, hey, you're going to burn me, but you're not finna burn my brother. You're not finna, if my brother called me or if you was to call me and tell me a shop, I'd be like,
yeah,
hell no. But to me, where it's really done at is not so much the shops when it comes to racing, it's the tuners.
Ooh.
The tuners, man.
What's the problem with those?
Dude, that's the battle behind the keyboards that don't nobody see.
Yeah.
These dudes are vicious. I mean, they on the keyboards. They can be at their house on the keyboard. Drop a tune, run that.
Yeah.
That's what made me so good when I was with Kurt Dusterhoff, is that I told Kurt, I said, look, Kurt, I need 3 tunes. I need a tune for bad prep, medium prep, and good prep. And I would go walk the track, look at it to see how it was, and then we would change those particular tunes, right? Now, Bailey's High Performance, what's going on with them for the Mopar community, I'm going to say it, hands down, they got the baddest tuner in the world when it comes to Mopars, and that's Zedong Ho.
In Houston.
In Houston. You heard of him.
Yeah, he's in Houston.
Zedong Ho. Woo! Man, that Ho is cold-blooded, man.
Yeah.
Bad dude. That's a bad dude. He tunes the cars for Bailey's High Performance, and to me, that's what sets them apart for everything else. Now, I'm going to show you how honest that this dude is. I said, hey, Z, I'm running a Harley on my car. I know you're a tuner. Can you tune this Harley? You know what he told me straight up? He said, Herman, I would love to tune your car, but I don't have enough time on the Harley right now.
Ooh.
And I don't want to practice on Demonology's car.
Damn, that's real.
Hey, man, a lot of people won't do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people be like, hell yeah, I'm finna turn it up.
Yeah.
You got to be real.
Yeah, you got to be real. You got to be real, man. So I have another guy that I really call him the glue. His name is Earl the Pearl. He works mainly out of a shop in Garland. I want to say the shop is HPP. I keep getting confused because they got a HHP and they got a HPP. But this shop is in Garland, Texas. Manny and all those guys, they race with Streetcar Outlaws.
You can hear it right now. Demonology's car's on. No, I'm just messing up.
Hey, my car was on. Your teeth will be shaking, baby. Your soul will be shaking.
She's shaking. Look.
I'm shaking already.
No, he's shaking right now.
Man, your soul will be shaking.
I can smell that E85 already.
Yeah.
So what's it on? M1, 85?
Hey man, it's on the booty juice.
Ooh, okay.
On that yes.
No, it's good.
It's on that yes.
Good. It's good.
On the yes.
No, man, I run 1 ethanol R, and I love this fuel because it has a higher octane than the other fuel that I used to run. Or should I say not octane, but it has a higher rating for corn. Right.
You.
So the other fuel that I used to run, it was rated, I want to say like 116 or something like that. This is rated like 119.
Got you.
Every time. It's consistent. So that's the fuel that I run. Big shout out to 1 ethanol R. So.
Your sponsors for the can you talk about your sponsors?
Yeah. I mean, I can talk about my sponsors, man. I got some cool ass sponsors.
If you could just name them out.
Hey,
boom, boom,
man, I'm gonna tell you, man. The coolest sponsor I have right now is Nitrous Outlet, because they love what they're doing. Next is gonna be Holly. Holly is just like, Holly Performance is amazing. Yeah. And then Holly Performance is a family of of performance. You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just Holly.
Yeah.
It's, race quip, just Earls,
Different branches.
fittings, just different brand. Man, the Holly umbrella is so big. Simpson Racing. It is tremendous.
Yeah.
My transmission sponsor, Rossler Transmission. There is no better. My converter sponsor, Neil Chance Converters. Dude, look, maybe I shouldn't say this.
Yeah.
But man, this dude probably making converters for other people because they build their own converters. And if you know anything about a company that's building their own stuff, sometimes they rebrand it and send it off to somebody else. You know.
Yeah. They change the names.
Yeah. I mean, they change the names and stuff. But Neil Chance, they building their own converters, man. It's just so vibrant. With hoses, nitrous outlet, like I said, they more than just nitrous. They also have flow supply. And then they have their whole different meth section that they do.
Oh yeah, meth injection.
Yeah, man, it's just, and Mickey Thompson, dude, you can't. Come on, man, Mickey is sticky, dude.
Now who's here?
Stop, man. You're gonna make me slap you, man. I like you, Noel. Don't even. Come on, man. Don't even call that whole name up in there. Man, don't call that whole name up in there. Come on, man. Man, we in church. We in church. And you calling a hoe. Come on,
I forgot he was cooking over here. He's cooking.
Hey, man, Mickey Thompson is where it's at, man.
He preaching.
Hey, man, I'm in love with Sticky Mickey. And for the wheels, RC Component, man, they cannot be beat. Do you know they make all their wheels right here in the US of A? I went to their shop. Go check out my video.
Yeah.
They got a piece of billet and they press it and mold it, and next thing you know, they come out, they say, Demonology, here your wheel is right here.
Damn.
That's what I was like, damn. Yeah, they made it.
His eyes went like this.
Yeah, they made it, man, out of nothing, man.
Damn.
It's beautiful, man. So, man, I have a lot of sponsors. Hey, forgive me if I, miss some of the sponsors. My rap guy in Mansfield, Texas, First Class Graphics. Big shout out to Cheetah Rap. Look, when I said I was gonna build my other car, I said I gotta go fast.
Yeah.
And I need the fastest rap you got. Man, they said, we're gonna put Cheetah Rap on your So I said, they say I'm fast to me. Yeah.
All right, all these companies that he's involved, hope you contact us. Put his email at the description. So if you guys want to get a little sponsor for us, it will be great.
There you go.
You know
Nitrous outlet. That'd be great.
But I can't forget about Peachy Way Racing.
Oh my God.
You know my partner, Peachy Way Racing, man. Hey, man, y'all need to look him up, man. Y'all need to look up Rudy, man. He's in San Antonio.
Rudy Tootie, we got you, man.
Yeah. Anyway, man, I'm gonna let you ask me some deep questions. I just been rambling on, so I know you got some.
Nah, you good.
Dude,
I know you got some deep
I'm
questions.
straight, man.
Any like reason why you stopped racing?
Why what?
You said you stopped racing.
No. I didn't stop racing.
But moment you did.
I said I stopped racing on the streets when I was young.
Okay. Johnny,
when I was a youth and didn't know any better and younger, I just, sometimes you get it right away, sometimes you grow out of it.
Yeah.
But man, there's some cats right now. I mean, like a dude called me the other day. He was like, Demonology, we having a cash wars. You need to bring the silverback together. Man, the silverback is cold blooded. Man, the silverback
is that like a
don't miss.
Street car?
Yes, a street car, but but that silverback, the Charger that we built for roadkill nights, it don't miss. Man, with them new tires they got on there for Mickey Thompson, when I put that and I'm running on, I ain't even foot braking it. Man, Rossler built a Power Glide, a 2-speed Power Glide. Check this out, with Turbo 400 guts in it.
Damn.
And then he put, this thing is cold blooded, man. You get up there, you press that button, man, you shooting them down. That's like wow, man. And then it just hit one change. Oh, and it's just screaming all the way to the lights.
Maybe
man.
You got to go street racing, huh?
No, man. Look, man, I called Dwayne Biddle. I said, D. I said, check it out, man. This dude want me to do this. He said, Demonology, don't get involved in that Demonology. You got too much to lose. I said, well, is it legal? He said, hell no, it ain't legal.
Yeah.
Street racing. They go to these warehouses and block. No, man, I can't do that. But you know what I'd like to do? I would like to go to the gut and do a race at the Yellow Belly. No prep race at the Yellow Belly.
Who you calling out?
Ooh, call him.
I'm calling everybody out. I'm calling
give
out
top names,
I'm calling out Boosted Luckey.
Ooh.
I'm calling out Joe Tech
Ooh.
and all they cars. I'm calling out what's them crybabies midnight performers. Oh, those some crybabies. Good Lord, I ain't never seen nobody. Man, they begging, give me this, give me that, give me. Oh Lord, them people was begging. I said, man, are y'all hobos or what? Y'all begging too goddamn much at this event, man.
Oh
You know,
my God.
I mean, I'll talk about them crybabies later, man. I'm calling out who else, man? I'm just calling them
Ondgas?
out.
Beto, crawfish.
Ondgas.
Man, crawfish know not to mess with me.
Ooh.
Crawfish know, man. Hey, man, I snapped that tail
What about
so
Freddy?
quick. Freddie Ellis, come on, that's not one of my sons.
Oh, man.
Come on, man. Freddie, no. Look, Freddie got a truck that was fast.
Not fast enough.
King
man,
Cobra.
hey, man, his truck was giving Dunkmaster fits.
Ooh.
Was giving him fits. And then he looked over there at me. I said, Freddie, you don't have enough. Just keep walking, son. Just keep walking. He said, but then I say, look, man, just live up to your name. Chico Malo in La Calle. But don't you come over here messing with me, Freddie. Because it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
You know, but man, I would love to race Freddie in his truck. And I'm telling you, man, we have this event. It's April the 13th. It's at the Texas Motorplex. We start out with road racing. It's for all influencers, all YouTubers or whatever. If you think you that fast, we got a tank of gas for your ass.
Ooh, damn.
I'm cold. I'm cold with it on the tree. I'm cold with it.
He cold, man. The 170, man. You ordered it? I heard, Dodge giving it to you for free.
No, Dodge ain't give me.
I
wish
know,
Dodge
that's what
would.
Danrue said, man.
Look, man, I wish Dodge would give me the 170.
I don't know.
So look, this is the thing about the 170. I want to take this 170 and I'm going to race it stock for stock against everything out there, especially the Tesla Plaid, because I was pissed off that Tesla stepped up with a damn battery to beat the Demon.
Yep.
But I called Dodge. And look, Alta Mopar called me. They said, Demonology, we can't let that pass. They said the Demon 170 coming, and I want you to get one tank of gas for everybody's ass.
Damn.
Particularly the Tesla Plaid. So we gonna go get that Tesla Plaid.
Speak a little bit of what's the difference on
Man,
the 170
the difference
and the
between the
Demon.
170 is the 170 took everything that was weak on the Demon and fixed it. The differential, they made it harder and stronger. The axles, they made them harder and stronger. The internals, they strengthened up all the internals. So believe it or not, the Demon 170 can take nitrous a lot better than what the stock Demon could take it. Then they made the supercharger a 3.0 instead of a 2.7, so they have more boost. They lock the heads down tighter so the car can take more boost. And then they put it on that Go-Go Juice E85.
Go
Damn.
Juice, big dog.
It's studded.
Come on, man.
Hey, it's studded.
Man, it's cold-blooded, man. The Demon 170, the Demon 170 stock for stock is going to be a hard car to beat. And nobody's going to beat it at the drag strip.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to beat that car at the drag strip. So I know a lot of people are gonna get their Demon 170s way before me.
When you get it?
I don't know. I keep looking in the queue and it hadn't showed up yet.
Has it said
But this is the
shipped
thing.
yet?
But this is the
Shipped out
thing.
yet?
This is the thing. Drag Times called me. Some other people called me that they got races set up. I said, y'all go on and race them fakers, but you ain't beat nobody with a Demon until you came to see Demonology.
Damn.
Because that's what I'm all about.
Yeah.
Snatching
Preach,
souls.
boy. He preaching
Snatching
today.
souls,
Hey,
baby.
2 last questions.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to high performance and racing, is there anybody you look up to?
It's a couple of people I look up to. One person I look up to is Rod Hetzel, races a Cobra Jet. The fastest car I've ever driven was a Cobra Jet, and it was so smooth. It was like the car was fast, but it was like it was just breezing through the park. Rod Hetzel and Leah Pruitt, Antron Brown, and the Quadro Boys.
Nice.
John Force. I gotta put John Force on there.
Nice.
Erica Ondgas. God, man, it's so many.
Yeah.
That, I look up to, but those are the ones I look up to.
What's the future for Demonology? For those, we're wrapping up the podcast, guys, but what's the future for Demonology? Well, you got the 170 coming. You want, more content coming? Is there you obviously do the events. This will be your 5th one in April.
Right.
What's the future for you?
The future for Demonology is to get into the Demon 170 and make it do what it do, baby.
Damn.
I'm going to drive it till the wheels fall off. I'm going to take it to every drag strip, and I'm going to race every stock car. I'm probably going to take 2 years and just beat the brakes off all the stock cars. Then I'll slowly start racing modded cars. But I'm going to leave the Demon 170 stock.
Yeah, nice.
You know, and then it has some things on it that a lot of people don't know. Like it has torque reserve on it. It has a dump valve in it.
Nice.
You don't know what that is, do you?
Nice.
Yeah, do you know what the dump valve is? Yeah, see, so that's when you beating somebody, you get in front of them, and you take a dump on them. You shit on them.
He talking about the Mario Kart game.
That ain't it. No, that ain't it. No, man, the dump valve. No, man, the dump valve.
Shells at people and stuff.
No, man. So the dump valve is, let's say if you go to a track and the prep is not good, right? You can turn down how much the converter is gonna let the transmission slip. So you can give it a little bit more slip so it can get out without blowing the tires.
Nice.
So it's designed to race. Nice. That is the car of cars.
Thank you, Demonology, for so much. Another banger podcast. Thank you, Chris from Bailey's Performance. Thank you so much for letting us come in your facility again. Shout out to Demonology.
Thank you so much, brother.
Man, comment down below. Make sure you subscribe. Who y'all want next on the podcast? Hit that like button. Demonology.
Hey, man,
thank you again, my man.
Appreciate you having me.
We came
all my
Fort
kids
Worth.
out there, Danrue, Boosted, Luckey, Mod2fame, all y'all. Hey, man, y'all come holler at your daddy. Come see me.
Ooh.
He misses you. He misses you.
Check out Demonology, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everything. Check him out. Got the 170. If you want the 170 content, he's about to go hard on the 170 content. Check him out. Check out Ociel Team Bennett _Team Bennett at Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Make sure you check out Go Hard Podcast, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, audio, Spotify, and iTunes. Thank you again.
Let's go hard, baby.
Ooh, let's go hard.